So who's heard of graveyard dirt? 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 Where does this graveyard dirt come from? Hey Tubies, welcome back to the Morganfire channel. It's me, the Morganfire. When I got this hat on, my name is Dr. Laxmenden, and you know I'm going to talk about hoodoo. You're gonna talk about something hoodoo, voodoo, something like that. When I ain't got it on, you're gonna talk about some other things. But get back to me. Today we'll be talking about graveyards. Today we'll be talking about graveyard dirt, graveyard work, um, working with the graveyard, working at the graveyard, and all these sorts of things that have to go with graveyard. Just magical work during the graveyard. Um, we're just gonna be talking and pouring out all this information that I've gathered. I'm not gonna talk about too much that I've gathered, but I'm gonna tell you where I gathered it from, because if you want to go back and get this person to clarify it for you, that'd be dang cool, because I might not be able to explain it that well. Now, I'm gonna just explain my practice at the graveyard. The way I've known the graveyard, the way I've known the graveyard to be a spiritual sanctuary. Like, I don't know, it's just a spiritual sanctuary. So I see the graveyard as a spiritual sanctuary that houses a lot of different spirits. Um, a lot of spirits. A lot of different ones, a lot of the same. Now, I explained it before as it being like a temp agency. A temp agency. And you know what, like, a temporary job agency is? All these people go put in their resumes to this temp agency, and you go to the temp agency, and the temp agency would be the graveyard, and the spirits there would be these people that are waiting to be employed, uh, and you are the companies that are hiring these employees. So when you that's pretty much how it is. You are the one that's hiring these as employees. Now there's someone, there's an entrance fee. There's someone at the door. There's a secretary. There's a head dude. There's other people that's putting everybody in their categories. Um, you know, that's sort of how it is. I'm just skipping around trying to simplify it for everybody, because everybody might not be on the Gay Nebo and lacrosse and this and that and bet on this and this, that, and that. No. See, that's why I just want to simplify it and tell you how it pretty much is. And when you go, you would get a good idea of what it is. Hey, hold up! And when you go, you have pretty much a good idea what it is. Um, so I'm gonna give you an idea what I do at the graveyard. I already told y'all, it's like a temp agency. I'm the company that's gonna hire these employees. That's what I do. I go there and I go talk to the head dude that collects all these resumes, I guess. um, which in voodoo we call him the bet on. And I think in hoodoo we call him the bet on too. I don't know. But I have to get some more clarification on that. But I know that we call him the bet on in voodoo and bet on Zombie. And Toes Boo, he corrected me on my Creole, so I was able to say it right. So thank you. Um, I don't know where to go on this video. Okay, so that'll be me at the temp agency going. I'm the company going to the temp agency to go pick out me some employees to do what I need them to do, whatever work and jobs that I have that I need to be done. Uh, I will hire these folks. Now, that's sort of how. That's a quick sketch around of how we work at the graveyard. Now I'm gonna give you a couple of warnings to do at the graveyard. Before and after cleansing. Before and after. Um, Respect. So go through the whole process of respecting the guardian of this. You know, you wouldn't just walk into a office building and just go all through where you want to go. You would go talk to the front desk person, um, or the security guard. Ask him where you should be going. Um, so that's where you would go. So you would go to the door first, and a lot of people will say, knock 3 times, leave your pennies. Um, I do that, but I do another twist on it. I knock 3 times, leave the pennies, and walk away. I make sure while I'm walking away, I'm leaving the pennies. Um, because I have a whole story of how the guardian of the graveyard, the dude, he sits down in a chair, and he has a hat on just like this one, and he's like no faced it, black shadow dude that just sits down in a chair like this. But then when I come up, he talks, and talks, and it distracts the heck out of me, and I end up not going in the graveyard. I end up walking right past it. Um, for some reason, I just be deterred away from the graveyard and never go do the work that I meant to go do when he gets to talking. So I had a defense mechanism to go throw some shiny pen, pennies or dimes or something silver, um, and walk on through so I wouldn't be distracted. That's my story on this graveyard dude. Okay, so that's the guardian. Need to find out what they call him in voodoo, but if I don't tell you now, I will tell you by Saturday, because that's when I'll be going down and do my work. But yeah. So first things first, you're going to do the cleansing, and then you're going to talk to this dude, and then you're going to go on directly to the oldest grave. Now how you're going to figure this out? That means that you're going to have to spend a lot of time in the graveyard. Spend enough time in the graveyard, you will know who the oldest graves is. Now, particularly in my graveyard, we got a few. We don't have like an oldest graveyard. We have oldest grave. We got like a few within that time year. So I just go around there and talk, um, and speak my respects and all that. So this dude right here is where you get the um, oh, before then, I honor Papa Legba. Yeah, 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 yeah. Honor Papa Legba. He opens up the crossroads, and then I go to bed on. But then, alright, so this dude is called Bet on Samdi, and Mama Braji. I think that's her name. Um, yeah. So I go there, and I light two candles, usually two white ones. But if I have the colors purple and black, then I'll light them. Um, usually wear purple and black to address them. That's their colors. Usually you want to wear black on this day. You want to wear some kind of black and white, black and purple, black and white, black on black, something like that. But that's up to you. You're gonna have to figure out something, but it's gonna be something in black, um, because this is something that they recognize. You don't recognize, you know, if I don't look like, if you don't recognize my face, but I look like somebody that usually come to you, you will be more familiar with that. You know, if you might not recognize like a police officer, you might not recognize the police officer's face, but you recognize his badge. Same thing. Um, so you're gonna go there, and usually I give offerings to them, and I speak to them, and I tell them to go lead me to a spirit. And go give me one of their spirits. Go get me one of their spirits, or go lead me to one of their spirits, so I go talk to he or she. Um, and I would go and follow my intuition at this point, intuitively follow the spirit, whoever's leading me. And I believe that there's a certain spirit there that's like he walks around and he leads people to where they need to go, and he leads me all the way over there, and I go to the specific grave or whatnot, and I talk to that spirit, and I tell that spirit to follow me, and I go over here to another place. Now, because this place, that's only because this place where I work, and when that place, this spirit was cement, and I couldn't dig. It's one of those type of things. I couldn't dig, so I bring them over to an empty one, and then I could dig there. That's what I did. So you might want to try that. You might not. Cool. But then you do all of this work with this person. Tell them what you're gonna do for it first, and what you want for him to do for you. Tell them all your requirements and whatnot, and then it'll tell you its requirements. And y'all have a conversation, and y'all be like, and all my witch people, and all my Wicca people, and all my hoodoo people would already understand how this yang and yin yang be going on. And then we keep going on. And then you usually don't say nothing to that dude at the front no more. But I usually go back through the same way I came. Um, Take the spirit back to where it was. Say, yeah, you're gonna do this, boom, and I want it done by a certain day, and they go on to the bed on, be like, thank you, yay, haha, yeah. Go on all the way over here to the gateway and just walk on through, never looking back. Um, and that's pretty much how it goes. Man, all the offerings and stuff like that, and all the offerings and different items involved in it. That's up to you. Now with me, I usually take a couple of candles, like 4 or 5, um, depending on who I'm working with, how many spirits I'm gonna work with, how many spirits I want to draw. I usually try to draw in one, um, and you take some holy water. Um, I usually take some Florida water. I put it on myself. I put it around where I'm at. Um, I usually take some kind of food offerings too. Not cooked food, but more like fruit. Um, yeah, something like fruit and rice. Maybe if it was cooked, yeah, and some beans or something. Um, those not dry, but they have to be fresh. Things like that have to be fresh. And if I was gonna take something, I might either take herbs, like fresh herbs that I pick on the way there, and take them there as an offering. Um, Water was just as good. Whiskey, cigars, cigarettes,